Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have some Vintage. The final round of the ELD Vintage Open, and Cavern of Souls is powering out a already stumped. Is it Champion of the Parish? I think it is. This is a humans list, and Mental Misstep snagging that Brainstorm in response. Wasteland taking out the Cavern of Souls, and this is going to look very different than many people's conception of Vintage. As you see here, we've got a 1-1 attacking on turn 2. Not exactly incredibly powered plays, but we did have an uncounterable threat played and a Mental Misstep countering a restricted card for free. Now we've got Mox Emerald adding to Ben's mana base. A couple of dual lands here, Tundra and Savannah. And Lavinia is a huge threat. This is very one-sided, not as obvious as it would be at first glance to many people. It shuts off an incredible amount of cards in this format. Brazen Borrower bouncing the 1-1. Will be able to come back down as a 3-1 during any end step where DJ has the available mana. Narset was pitched to Force of Will. Force of Will, one of those cards that would actually get shut down by Lavinia had she resolved. Very often the reason why Force of Will is good is playing it with no mana. Wasteland. DJ has 3 mana available. That Narset was pitched to Force of Will. And Lavinia coming down again in this one. Sticks. Pumps the champion. And now DJ looking to race a Wasteland and a Strip Mine. Really going after Ben's mana base. Will it be good enough? Can that 3-1 block? I thought Brazen Borrower couldn't block unless it had flying. Oh, Black Lotus into Ancestral Recall. You look away for a second and Black Lotus changes everything. There's a reason why it's the best card in the game. Yeah, I can only block creatures with flying. I'm not actually sure why this Borrower was held back. Thalia pumps the champion. Oh, we've got an error here. It's a relatively new card at the time of this printing. At the time of the video, relatively new printing at the time of this video. So DJ making an error there. It may prove to be fatal. Thalia's Lieutenant, and that's going to pump the whole team for Exaxes. DJ finds himself down a game. That misplay ultimately not the determining factor. Hopefully he can clear that out of his head. It's actually not the easiest thing to play on camera for those who have not done it. It takes a little while to get kind of indifferent to your mistakes. Like, you still want to learn from them, you know what I mean? Like, when you make mistakes, you still need to become a better player as you make them. But there's an element of difficulty knowing that your mistakes are going to be public. Part of the reason why I do these in one take, figure my mistakes can live out there along with everybody else's. It's only fair if I stumble through this commentary now and then that it doesn't get cleaned up. Though we do have a new pause feature, which is nice. It does allow me to skip some of the shuffling, so I'm actually going to do that right now. And I skipped too far. We've got Preordain resolving here on the first turn here. DJ has that little flash of red in his hand. Force of Will unmistakable. We'll see what it has a target for, given that Cavern of Souls again. Noble Hierarch coming down after Champion. And that's going to be good enough for DJ. He's going to force that Noble, prevent not only the mana acceleration, but also champion from becoming a more significant clock. 1 damage a turn, generally not going to matter in almost any format. But once you start getting to 2-3 damage a turn, that is a legitimate clock. Brainstorm in response to Thalia. If it sticks, that'll be the last time that Brainstorm would have been a solid value. Once you start paying 2 mana for that card, it is underwhelming. And DJ has Lightning Bolt in hand, so he will be able to clear this Thalia or the Champion. Champion will eventually get out of range, and he opts to go for the Champion, preserving his life total as much as possible. And it looks like Ben, is he completely out of gas? I saw a couple of lands. He may have one more creature in there. The Legacy Restricted Renin 6 would be an incredibly potent card versus this deck full of 1/1s. And instead it's going to be Oko. Interesting, and he's actually elking the Thalia. I would not have expected that. I would have expected DJ to start making food or perhaps plussing his own Moxes. Let's see how this works out for him. This Noble Hierarch is a disaster. Hierarch's going to make this opposing Elk a 4/4. So that clears the Oko, leaving both players with some Elks, which will eventually trade. I believe that's a Sanctum Prelate. Yeah, naming 3. So 3 casting cost non-creature spells. Not going to be able to be played. Elk incoming. Another Champion. Again, uncounterable. Brazen Borrower bouncing that Sanctum Prelate. Three damage coming in. All sorts of goodness in Ben's hand. There we see a Red Blast. Sanctum Prelate coming back down. Brazen Borrower is going to stick. And the Noose tightening here for DJ. He's going to need something really powerful. Wasteland taking it out. Taking out the Cavern, but looking like it's going to be too little too late. That Elk continues to chip in there. 4 damage. Treasure Cruise. Three in the air. Fetching down to 4. And a Goyf, and he does trump most stuff on board as long as that Delve wasn't too impactful on DJ's graveyard. Goyf is one of those cards that really did a number on creature strategies when it first adopted widespread play. Can this Goyf actually stand in the way? Does he have enough cards in his graveyard? It's obscured by the glare. We're not actually sure. I mean, obviously, he's got to be like a 3/4. If he was a 4/5, I'd imagine he would just be blocking here. Ooh, an artifact added to the graveyard. Mox Ruby is killed Preordain. Mental Misstep. Gataxian Probe not going to be paying the life here. And Containment Priest is flashed in response to the Gataxian Probe. 3 damage in the air. And what does this board look like? It's going to be a 4/4 Champion of the Parish, at least has the option of attacking. But that Goyf is a 4/5. I mean, we've seen instant sorcery, land, and artifact go in. I believe we got creature at some point. Yeah, the Thalia. So he's pretty gigantic right now. Can swing with all 3 creatures. And looks like if he blocks the biggest one, it'll still be 4 damage, and that's exactly what happens. Jace the Mind Sculptor could have shown up eventually, bouncing that Champion of the Parish, but Ben making the right call, just attacking with everything. Only 1 can be blocked, and there just proves to be too many humans in this Vintage Finals. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.